Welcome back to Journal. Well, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Christmas is certainly 22 days away. I don't want to say it's that time of year again, but it is that time of year again. It comes around so fast. And if you're interested, I know you'd probably be interested in looking for some unusual Christmas gifts this season. We've got some great ideas for you this morning. Joining me are two artists who are associated with a shop called Christmas Secrets. First of all, Sylvia Brown, who's sitting to my right, and Tim Giarrosso, which I hope I've done all right with your name there, Tim.
Perfect.
This is a different kind of a store. Tell me a little bit about why it's so innovative.
Well, it's different in the sense that it's completely artist-run. The artists start from scratch, find a location, set it up, do all their displays and arrangements. Then they run the store completely themselves. Among themselves, they find where the talents lie. Some are good at bookkeepers. Some are good at cashiers. Some are good at breaking down and putting things back together again. So completely run by us, 2 months, close up, do it another year.
So it's great for the artists, too, to get a little exposure in the other side of the thing, too.
Absolutely.
Now, the store moves every year from location to location, is that true?
A little history behind why it's called Christmas Secrets. This is the 12th year, and it's a rotating membership in the sense that 35 people may come back, 35 new people may come every year. But the first year, it was basically in a back hallway, and it was just sort of a group-friendly neighborhood thing. So it was a secret where it was. And that sort of caught on. It became Christmas Secrets. And so every year, with a growing mailing list, now up to 13,000 people in the Boston area, they change locations. Last year, Newberry Street next to Bonwit Teller, and this year, Charles Square, right off of Harvard Square.
That's great. What a great idea to move around from year to year.
Yeah.
Now, Sylvia, what's your specialty? What's your
I work
craft?
in leather in particular. I have a contemporary clothing line and also pre-classic wholesale handbags. So this is a good experience for me to bring things to the store and see what sells and what people's reactions are to them.
I bet leather jackets and leather seems to have made a real comeback, although I'm not sure that it ever went away, but it seems lately that everybody's got either a leather jacket or leather skirt or pants.
Especially with the new tanning processes they have nowadays, it's possible to have leather that is as fine as a fine silk or a beautiful wool. So it's possible to drape it and make it work in the same sense that people are wearing leather to the office rather than on the motorcycle.
Yeah, it's very smooth and it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I can see what you brought with you, and I might just take that bag away. Is this a jacket you've made also?
Yes, this is a classic design of a
you can just hold
jacket.
that up right here, Sylvia, to this camera so that everybody at home can see. Isn't that beautiful?
With a pleated back and raglan sleeves.
How long does it take to make a jacket like this?
Oh, it depends entirely. This is depends entirely on what kind of leather. This one may take 4 or 5 hours. Mostly the pattern work for the labor. Mostly the pattern work will take 6 to 8 hours if it's an unusual fit. Because I make custom clothing, I deal with people that have either an unusual fit or something that they can't find at the store. And they come to me and say, I would like a pleat here or a certain color that's unavailable.
So you're really tailoring the piece of clothing to the individual. Now, this is a beautiful bag, if you'd like to...
This is a copy of a U.S. mail carrier's bag, which is versatile in the fact that it has a waterproof pocket on the inside, so it makes it good for athletes and mothers, and pleated at the top. Usually when the mail carriers carry the bags in the streets, they don't have the pleat here, and it's falling forward and full of mail. And 2 pockets that go all the way up for carrying bottles for moms or shoes.
Or keys or something that you don't want to go searching inside the bag for. That's a great bag. How much does that sell for?
This sells for $195.
Okay. Well, we'll just leave these right here, Sylvia. Now, we've got a lot of, I want to say, really unusual clocks and things that are... Why don't you just start right over there with those shoes?
Where it might be a traditional idea of painting on wood, I carried it to a whole other level. And start this one up. My beat red sneaker clocks. These are, you know, real rivets, real laces, and it takes just as long a lace as the longest sneaker you could think of. The concept is to paint on wood, but to carry it to a second level of function, they ended up being clocks. 4 or 5 coats of paint, 4 or 5 coats of varnish. Virtually, they're forever. They're outdoor pieces.
Are these your creations?
And then these are all my creations.
Oh, great.
My wife and I have a shop in Rockport, Mass, called Half Moon Harry, and it's just been a sort of a public display, being able to see what people think and what they like one thing leads to another.
Half Moon Harry?
Half Moon Harry.
Where did that name come from?
Boy, I don't know. We both like half moons, and it just sort of evolved into Harry. And then in the long run, there's an ancient pirate in Cape Ann area called Harry the Pirate that seemed to fall into place.
So get a little bit of heritage in there,
right.
too. Well, isn't this pretty,
Flamingo, the standard flamingo, you know. But,
the standard flamingo.
The concepts are that we're just experimenting. We're trying new things
here.
all the time. Sorry about the noise. There we go. The
oh, that's pretty.
Standard half moon clock. It's a lot of fun. And everything's a little different. This originally Halley's Comet clock. And it's such a strong feeling for the design sense. I kept the concept going. Enjoy making more of them. Hand painted to take quite a bit of time.
How long for that specific clock?
That particular one, maybe I'll make 3 at the same time, and it will take me 2.5 to 3 days for the 3 from start to finish. Humpty's, what this leads to is, aside from the fact you can cut out any shape, you can do any variation. This is my old man Humpty. I've done just different, like an Italian Humpty, and right now I'm working on a baby Humpty in diapers. It lends to anything. That's what we enjoy about it so much.
The entire Humpty family, his arms move. His legs do
so that in the nursery or wherever, he gets the whole dance idea and stuff.
Isn't that cute? I've never seen anything. I'm sure you both hear this all the time. I've never seen anything quite like, which you won't because it's all individual.
At the moment, nobody seems to be doing it, but it's a time-honored, traditional concept, painting on wood. They used to have animals in Amsterdam. They painted wood animals, put them in the window to deter.
You know what, Tim? I'm going to ask you, excuse me, just to chip those forward a little bit because the glare and the lights.
Sure.
The other,
you tell me.
Yeah, towards, there you go.
About that.
No, you're doing very well. Much better than I would.
They used to do dogs, put them in the window to deter burglars, or cats, wooden cats, to keep the room warm, that idea. Rather than having a pet, you'd have a wooden pet. So we play around with that, too. We're always doing people's dogs and people's cats.
Yeah, I saw a dog the other day, one of those stuffed dogs that actually barks and walks with you. And if you don't want to have a real dog, you can buy one of these fake dogs.
I'd heard something.
Can you imagine people coming to the house?
Every level.
Ben Rover.
Now
this is very...
Deco-ish.
Yeah, Art Deco.
Right. We're experimenting with a printed clock. We have a less expensive version clock. Basically, the original drawing was a lot of work, and then it was printed, and now I'm doing touches of watercolor and attaching the printed sheets to wood. So I have the original at a higher price, but now at last, I can offer something a little less expensive for people in the shop and at Christmas Secrets.
Do you ever both go through these periods where you can't think anymore about another creation or doing something entirely different? Do you ever run out of ideas?
Weekly.
It's reassuring.
Right. But they seem to come. One thing leads to another. Things become sort of accidental, I think, is what happens. You know, mistakes almost are better than what can finally come of, you know, a finished piece. Is just letting yourself free enough to make that mistake and find out what happens afterwards.
This is clever. It's a real fishbowl.
Yeah, it comes with an empty box of fish food.
Now, did I ask you how much they sell for?
Varying prices, actually. This one, say, would be 68, and that's a nice average price. The printed clock's much less, around 38.
Now, how many artists are involved in the store this year? How many?
This year we're up to 55 artists. 35, I think, are the same, and then the rest are all new artists, so there's always fresh blood coming into Christmas Secrets.
From all up and down New England, or from strictly?
A couple from Providence, 3 or 4 from Western Mass, several from Newton, and the rest sort of Boston and outlines of Boston. Myself, I come from Rockport, that little bit of extra distance. They sort of find each other, then they jury themselves in. They sort of pick who's good enough to be into the Christmas Secret.
Great idea. We'll have to
work out.
Yeah, we'll take a short little break and then we'll come back and give people some more details on how they can find Christmas Secrets. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. We're talking about Christmas Secrets, an innovative store where you can certainly get some great Christmas presents this season. I'm talking with Sylvia Brown and Tim Giarrosso, and I said we almost forgot to talk about this little fellow before we run out of time. What is...
That's a work of Martha Giberson, our store organizer. She creates the characters, and then she creates an entire myth about the character. So that particular one has a name and a myth. I'll incorporate it into it on her toy. She also does sachets and banners, full-length banners for people.
What a great idea. Yeah, Riseward, the grazing ridgeback.
There
a
you
little
go.
story.
There you go.
Associated with it. Isn't that nice?
Also have something by Ken LaVigne. And this is excellent example of his calligraphy.
Beautiful.
Amazing things.
It's beautiful. Well, I certainly hope people are going to stop by in the Charles Square complex.
We're doing quite well. We're really enjoying the ambience of just being in the Cambridge area.
And you're there till, what, December 21st? Well, good luck.
24th.
24th, excuse me.
Great.
Good luck. And have a wonderful holiday, too.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching. Keep dry today. I look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be on tape until next Tuesday, but I'll see you then. And until then, have a good day.
Weight Loss Clinic is looking for participants for a research-proven program. The research study proved that a new, easier weight loss method is as effective as the more stringent one. You can lose 15 to 200 pounds and keep it off. This is a limited offer. If you call now, you will receive a reduced fee. Learn what your weight problem is. Call information for the Weight Loss Clinic near you for more details.
It's funny how you remember those special gifts you get from the ones you love. One of the most memorable Christmas gifts I ever got was a pendant my grandma gave me.
This Christmas, you can give this religious art pendant to those you love. A beautiful picture of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, set in a genuine Austrian crystal and mounted in this 18-karat gold-plated antique design frame. And it comes complete with its own 18-karat gold-plated chain. This pendant is yours for a very limited time at only $9.95. But if you call now and order two, we'll give you this exquisite nativity pendant absolutely free. 3 pendants for only $19.50, plus shipping and handling. Order your pendants now. Just call 1-800-821-1000 for Christmas delivery. Visa or MasterCharge accepted. Or send checks, money order, or COD. Why not give a few memories yourself this Christmas?